Hey guys, this is Felix, head of affiliate of FunderPro. So, right now we are at Rome, in the lounge, the airport lounge, and we're ready to fly to Barcelona, where we have the first FunderPro experience in a very cool villa with traders and affiliates. Can't wait to be there, can't wait to meet every one of you. So, see you there. Now we can see we just landed in Barcelona, so let's make trading great again.
And trade FunderPro.
Aspetta.
My brother.
Buongiorno.
Arrivederci.
Another cheer for the.
Oh yeah, for the content. Do it for the gram.
We just arrived in Barcelona. We had some coffee, we had lunch, and we are waiting for other traders and affiliates that we invited here in trading house here near to the Sagrada Familia for 3 days of fuego, guys.
Con questa musica, inquadratura così.
Senti questa?
Proprio Capri style.
E quella vuole fare.
I'm in a edit now. I'm in a edit.
How can I not do that again next year? What did I do well? Give myself a little pat on the back for that, and try to do that as well.
Yeah. And everybody thinks that trading is buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. I mean, 90% of it is just like, I am trading right now. I mean, I'm trading right now. I am being a trader. So it's a lot more than pressing buy and sell and so on. And there's
if all you're doing is pressing buy and sell, you're probably over trading and blowing accounts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I think the hardest part is like,
look at us producing content already. Because imagine you're a trader and you have good months, bad months, good months, bad months, and then there's a guy online who's only having good months, and you're like, wait, am I doing something wrong, or what's the, you know? So I think what I did was I kind of kept it honest, you know. If I'm like in the shit, I show it's the, and I think it's the important part of overall producing content.
You know, when you are a trader, you are an entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly.
So you will never trust one only income, you know?
Yeah.
You need to have more incomes. You need to diversify your incomes.
Exactly. What's the first advice you would tell a new trader? I said, don't do it.
when I first started trading, I didn't understand why people would say that, because I heard people say that, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like,
I think Paul Tudor Jones actually said that from 1985, like the biggest fucking trader ever. Yeah, I think that's
I think that's where it came from.
Yeah.
And then like now when people talk to me about it, I'm like, when people think about trading, all they see is like money, money, money. The reality is that you're not going to see that for a long time. You end up being a different partner, a different friend. Even as an entrepreneur, you're probably going to start looking at your businesses a little bit differently. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't wait to quit my day job. I can't wait to shut down my business, sell it, and trade. And what I usually find is after a year, like 5, 6, 7, people are starting to have this conversation of like, actually, I want to have multiple streams of income, and trading be one of them. And that's how you see a lot of these guys get into affiliation, because a lot of the skills that you've built for trading are now cross into affiliation, right? Because you're teaching, you're generating value, you've probably networked in different Discords, YouTube communities, all this stuff. So all of that goes into affiliation too. So now you have 2 streams of income. Maybe once you get really good, you can also coach or sell courses or whatever else. Now you have 3 streams of, and you see it snowball, and you end up having multiple streams of income. But
for me, I make the most money out of trading when I don't need money.
Yeah, 100%. I know. It's the most thing
it's
ever.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you have to, and it's impossible to explain this to somebody who hasn't like experienced it themselves, kind of.
So where is my target? My TP is $1,000, let's say. As an example. So I'm going to earn 1,000 or lose $500. RR 1, 2, 2. Okay? I don't need money, let's say. So I will leave the trade, go to its way, you know?
Yeah.
And most of the times, if my analysis was good and the market is telling me that I'm right, I will hit my TP.
Yeah.
But what happens later when I need money? My target is 1K, but I need $200 or I need $500. I need some money, fast money, and I will start cutting my earnings, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, it's good. Okay, $200, it's good. I will take it. Oh, 300, I will take it.
You start thinking in money, and that's bad in markets.
And then, what is going to happen? You cannot be right always.
Yeah.
You cannot have the 100% right. So what will happen later is that your trade will not be balanced, you know, and then your stop loss will take all your earnings, you know, because you take the full stop loss, but you don't take the full TP.
It's been said, you know, that it's all psychology, but when you're not looking at the P&L in sort of, oh, that's my rent, oh, that's my groceries for the next, I don't know, half a year, you know, or something. Like when you're not talking in that, when you're not looking at the P&L in that sort of way, something.
Great. The mafia is
Mr.
here,
Felice, the boss is here.
Buongiorno, today we are going to do like day 2 of the trading house here in Barcelona. We have like a beautiful view here and we're ready with all the guys here, ready to get some coffee first, then in the podcast room, podcast studio to film some content. You don't want to miss this, guys.
Kaizen, my friend.
What's up, guys? One of the main affiliates of FunderPro.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Kaizen is a friend of us, guys, and also a good trader and a good affiliate we have at FunderPro.
Trying to be.
Yeah. Are you enjoying this Barcelona trip?
Yeah, of course. Good food, good people, good alcohol. I don't drink though.
Okay guys, we just arrived in the podcast studio with traders and affiliates and we're ready right now to film some content, to have like a honest like confrontation about what do we even see on the charts. Everyone has their own hot takes and everyone has their own opinion, and it will be like a very, very cool day because we have very different traders here and I want to learn too.
Of them all.
We were very busy yesterday. What did Trump say yesterday?
I was dead. I was dead. I don't know.
It's good now?
Yes, very.
Everybody is saying even today, don't trade the news. Stay away from the news. Is that true?
Yeah,
Everybody says this.
Yeah.
Okay, I said, everybody say stay away from the news. Let's look at the statistics. I'm a quant. 78%, 80%, 85% lose money trading CFDs or futures. Is that true? And everybody stays away from the news. I want to trade the news. I want to be part of the 10% or the 15%.
Yeah.
Then I try to develop, of course, it's not like buy.
Yeah.
We lose. It's not that. But I try to develop everything that I do going in the other direction. It's not every time the right direction, of course, but pretty much you want to do the opposite.
Michaela, what do you feel is the most underrated or misunderstood part about macroeconomics that you wish more retail traders understood?
Definitely expectation, because when you think about fundamentals, the majority of people like to keep it simple. Try to say, oh, let me go to Forex Factory and see about the news, how they go.
Yeah, let me check the calendar.
But it's way more than that. And I don't like to say, but I say it, as I said, other times, it's quite easy if you know where to go and what to look at.
We're going to the Gaudi Museum or the Gaudi House.
Just here, no?
It's very beautiful. Everything we've seen is kind of crazy. I didn't expect this.
Yeah,
very, very.
Yeah, magical. You said the right word.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
some fantasy.
I know. I live by the beach, and as soon as I get to the beach, I always take my shoes or sandals off and I walk barefoot. And my wife is always like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, I feel 1,000 times better afterwards, because you're supposed to be like that."
Yeah, that's I believe it's a common things for most of us. For me, it's, for example, I live in a nice place in a nice area of the city where people question like parents, like all my grandparents, like even the father of my wife. They question how do I even afford to pay that rent or because it's an expensive area in my city, but. I try to cut everything every time down the conversation because I live there, but then I go out with you see me in suit here because I love it. Of course, you see me like in t-shirt and shorts like around the city. But yeah, it's quite scary when you are not like with the people that you actually trust, and they know you, that you know each other, what you are doing.
Yeah,
it becomes quite scary. I don't know if you feel the same, but I have this feeling.
And like take this with a grain of salt because I understand I'm the only American at the table. But in Europe, it seems like when people, like every entrepreneur I meet in Europe has the same story where everyone in their community was mean to them, their parents told them you're not going to make it, their teachers, their community told them you're not going to make it, and then your government says, you're not going to make it, and if you do make it, I'm going to take every slice of your pie on the way up until you figure out how to keep your money outside of my system, right? And it's like every single person. Like I have a friend who is he's not necessarily a Ferrari driver anymore, but now he drifts a Ferrari car in Formula Drift with the blessing from Ferrari, which is like something that's quite difficult to do. You know, this is not easy. He told me the same thing. He was like, I had to move my whole operation to the US, even though I have mostly Italian sponsors, because he was like, if I stay here, every time he's like, at a certain point in the year, I shouldn't make any more money, because any more of that money that I make, 56, whatever, 55, 50% of it, the government just instantly takes it. And then I have overhead. And he's like, so, you know, maybe I make 20 grand and I'm left with 1,500, 2,000 euros. He's like, how is that fair? So I think it's even harder to be successful in Europe, which is because this is the cultural center of the world for the entire timeline of human history. Like this has been essentially the forefront of civilization. How could it be that here is now one of the hardest places for you to express yourself, be creative, try to provide for your family and be safe? That's crazy to me.
There's this little thing that, and it's cultural. If you're rich, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
This is what I see, hear, feel every day. If you're rich, you're a bad person. And I'm not the crazy
Conspiracy
theorist, or I'm not even the rich, but I remember a phrase, and I want to refer to what you were saying before about friends that do not understand and stuff. And I do not even wanna relate to him because it's not relatable, but I find it it fits myself. And I guess it's gonna fit yourself too, because I guess you all guys have the same kind of mind, kind of reasoning behind. I saw an interview with Joe Rogan and Elon Musk when he said, how do you feel? How do you actually manage everything you do? SpaceX, Boring Company, Tesla,
X,
and then he was in the government, the Doge, and then you have this you're the number one player of Diablo. How do you manage all that? And he's a very reflexive person. Even if you like it, you don't like it, doesn't matter. And he think for a while, he weighed his words, his thought, and he said, I don't think anybody else, they see me, they think about money, they think about stuff. I don't think anybody in the world would want to be me if they open up and read my mind. Because I have a storm in my mind. and I relate to that a lot because I have a storm since I was born. I have a storm. I never stop thinking. I find it hard to find a hobby. I have this hobby of Formula One, but it just started recently because every time I find something new, it have to become a business.
Yeah.
So now I have this simulator, and I'm already done. I told them, oh, when we go back home, we put a camera and we open a YouTube channel. I'm gonna drive it. We're gonna put FunderPro. I'm gonna put the broker and stuff. And I guess it's how we are made. And it's really it's fun to say because but you're rich, you're a bad person. Yes, but at the same time it comes with a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about money. It's about mentality. It's about the way you are basically. Because I totally understand your point because I am the same person basically. I like something. Can invent, can create a business from the scratch. Me and Felice, since the last 16 years, we have created multiple brands, multiple startups, everything from an idea, from a single word. For example, he said a word, and I said, oh, yeah, you remind me what I wanted to tell you, because I was thinking blah, 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 blah. And an hour later, we were in front of the label, writing the business over there. And it became
a reality.
A reality, yes. And usually, it happened a lot of times that in the same time, we were involving people around us, because it was so a great idea, made by nothing, by simple things, And I have this idea, I have this business. I remember one of the most creative business idea we had. It was called 10%. Okay, this was a funny thing because basically I had a restaurant in that moment and we worked together in the restaurant, and I said, okay, look, I need some marketing idea for my restaurant, and at the same time we sit on the table thinking about this marketing idea for myself. We said, okay, maybe we can do something also for the other restaurants. So we just scaled the project. Maybe con the AI now, it can be possible.
Here we go, it just started, see? That just happened. These guys just started scheming.
Just to say that 1 week later, we had 3 restaurant customers already. And one of that was a sushi restaurant we have in Bari, in one of the most important place of Bari, And he tried this idea, he tried the project, and he said, okay, no, sorry, it was not the sushi one, it was the sushi one, and the other one was like a fish restaurant.
Yeah, fish restaurant.
Yeah, that fish restaurant, 1 week later, when we came to him again, he said, guys, I don't know if it was because of you, but I had the best record from the entire life of this restaurant, So since he opened, he had some revenue, he had some turnovers, But in that specific moment, when he tried our project, he had the best record ever,
Till the opening days, and
Crazy.
Yeah. And I said, okay, this is a good idea.
What's the biggest struggle you have when you build a business? What's the thing that you say, we would need that, but it's so difficult to find?
Is it legal?
One struggle that you say, oh, we can do this, we can do that. You build up everything, you have your paperboard, your whiteboard, you put down a business plan, then you hire you and him, and you say, oh, we gotta do all this stuff. What's the most difficult part to run the business beside money?
Yeah, honestly speaking, me and Felice have the same problem. We always look for perfection.
Once we started I had a very big whiteboard, like 2 meters per side, like the whole wall. So it was writing a lot, all the schemes, everything that was moving, and we were trying, as Giuseppe was saying, to be so perfection, trying to find a perfection in that system. that at some point we broke ourselves, the system itself, because we were the one that made it. We find the flaws and say it's not work anymore. Fuck it. We just destroy it.
It happens a lot.
We destroyed it.
But do you feel, because I feel like this happens in trading too, and then we end up like with people strategy hopping and they never even like stick to one. Like people will say like, oh, I've been trading for 2 years and I'm not profitable yet. It's like, but how many strategies in those 2 years? Because really, if you've done 6 strategies in 2 years, then you haven't been trading for 2 years.
Yeah.
You've been trading 6 different strategies in those 2 years. But you don't have 2 years like the same strategy. And in the same way with affiliation, it's like, do you see people strategy hopping also inside of affiliation? And like, I'm on X, no, I'm on Instagram, or with the perfectionist thing, like maybe I'm not gonna put it out because you and I had this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what this whole brand is gonna look like, so I'm not gonna start making content. And then because they never start, they never figure it out, and they never find that success.
Most of the time is you don't, since you don't have the data set, let's say, because you did it like for a very few times or very like a short period of time, you don't have data set to say this will work or not.
Yeah.
Like, you make the example of trading, it's absolutely correct. If you trade for the same strategy for 2 months, you don't have data set.
Yeah.
You trade for 1 year, then you have enough trades to say, okay, I have this win rate, for example.
Yeah.
And the most productive, let's say, period of our life was exactly when we had nothing to eat.
Yeah.
So we were like but this was like the best thing and the worst thing too, because we were that much creative. We have 10 ideas per day, but at certain point when it comes to monetization, we were going to rush the monetization part because we needed to eat, we need to pay the rent.
Yeah.
And the lack of money, plus us be forced to try to monetize right away, especially in a place where people needed time to understand whatever you are building at the moment for startup, for example. This was what killed basically 100% of our idea, up to, of course, FunderPro, whatever we started to build.
Yeah.
Since we started building things like 15 years now, we built like from Chrome extension to e-commerce to
This guy was making AI songs on Spotify earlier.
making AI song. You heard an
He
AI
had like
song.
10 minutes free. He started freestyling on AI.
And this was the cool, but at some point you hit the wall and say, okay, how do we even make money out of this? And for that example, like Dici Percenti was talking, we had hit the hard wall when we started to scale on restaurant. So we started meeting restaurant owners every day. And when we went to these guys here, that old people, and we started to say this idea. One, it was super difficult to even like explain, even if the system was super easy. It was not even tech involved, nothing. But at some point it was like too good to be true somehow, because everyone, I will not spoil it, but, but it was good for everyone, for all the parties, customers, the restaurant, us, and the restaurant was thinking, where's the cashier? How do you even like manage to make money yourself? What's this? And we made like 500 people in like that wanted to actually like the customer, let's say, not customer, community, let's say users. But then after like 4 or 5 launches, like 4 or 5 restaurants launched, we hit a plateau because we didn't knew how to monetize that yet. We just building something that was super cool. We didn't have the money to actually scale that thing. We didn't trust anyone to actually do it with us because no one would even understand or had like the same anger that we had. So that was like very, you said aside from money, but that was like the main thing for us. Like we need to rush and we lack of that, so you hit at some certain point it's like a curve of super excitement. You walk like a horse, you run. Then at some point you say, you know what, probably it's not that good how I think.
Yeah.
Then you speak with the people and then you understand and they plant in your mind, oh, probably you're right, you're not that good.
Yeah.
Then the second, third, the fourth person say, fuck it, what are we even doing? I mean, you question and say, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore.
That's exactly why I ask what's the biggest struggle, and because I guess we are in a moment of live technology era, call it whatever you want, where is never I don't want to say but I say, but take it with the, how do we say in Italy? We take it with the pinze.
Grain of salt.
Yeah. There's never been an era and a technology so strong and so available for everyone as of today, right now, as we're speaking. It's democratic for everyone to open up. ChatGPT, my biggest struggle is time, because I have many companies. I have content creation, I have trading, my own trading education, financial education, I have real estate, etc. And so the biggest trouble, the first biggest issue that I have is time. The second one is you have to find people that you trust, that you rely on, that have the same vision. And it's super, super difficult to find. That's why I'm so proud that I found her. So basically there's never been a better time than today going up to trading for people to find a little edge, a little help, even not following me, even not following him, even not following anybody. Just open up ChatGPT and say, hey, what should I do?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was playing drums. I was studying drum. I studied for about 15 years. I started very, very young. If I wanted to study drums and learn something for a good teacher, I have to travel 1 hour.
Yeah.
Today, you open up YouTube and you have Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers teaching you how to play drums for free. Crazy. Same apply for financial education and trading. So start to build up something, because you were talking about you have a year of data, you use 6 strategies, and then you say it's not a year, it's not a... I spent 5 years. I had a bad illness. I was bedridden for 3 years, full years. And so the only thing that I could do to cope with pain, because I was suffering very, 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 very high pain. I don't know if you ever had the colpo della strega, when you go like this and you go and you have that pain, the stabbing pain. So that particular pain, 24 hours a day for 3 full years. That pain, not a little bit less, that pain. And I could have done nothing, only morphine, but you cannot go with morphine. So you stay with the pain, you try to live through pain. And so I was coding and gathering data and watching at the charts, and ChatGPT, it was not there. So I was coding in Python, I was coding with Pine script. I started with the easy part and the best part, the most difficult part, and gathering data, put the data together, writing down paper, because we didn't have trading journal or stuff. We didn't have prop firm. I guess it was their FTMO maybe and DarwinX. And so gathering data, putting down ideas, trying all alone, all through pain. But that taught me a lot. And today when someone starts trading and say, oh, it's been 6 months and I'm still unprofitable. Oh, really? Oh, boo-hoo, poor guy. I'm like this when I'm teaching, so they're hating on me, but they like what I say, because it's the truth. You cannot expect to go full in for 3 months or 6 months and expect to be profitable or find an edge or beat the market.
Yeah.
But today you have on one side something that I didn't have, and maybe I didn't even know. You have reliable companies such as FunderPro that provides you with the greatest opportunities. You can have $100,000 account for less than, I don't know how much it is.
500.
I guess it's
Even less?
it's less 3,050 if you pay the basics with the discounts, you know.
Yeah.
And you have AI. You have YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't take everything for granted. Do your research, but you have everything right here. You have the opportunity to change your life. As I did, as I went through pain, as I changed my life, my path, my family, and being able to say, I'm just back from Tenerife, from 10 days. We went with my daughter, with my wife, with my sister. We stayed in a very beautiful hotel. I was the king of the castle of Tenerife. we took the castle right in this beautiful hotel right here. It's like a Disney hotel.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, so good.
It's beautiful. We slept inside. It is a dream come true for me to my daughter.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I went to Disneyland Paris, but I was, that's beautiful. We cannot go there, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to sleep 2 hours away with the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the beauty is that
You stay in the castle.
being able to be the king of the castle for one night
Yeah.
and to give this dream to my daughter,
Yeah.
which
But this is
she doesn't.
this is possible because you have this financial freedom. It's also the same financial freedom that allowed us to all fly in here in
Yes,
the middle of
that
the
I wanted
week,
to say. Yeah.
hang out in Barcelona. We can buy things without really having to look at the price and stuff like that. I'm not saying that as necessarily like a money flex, but
Not a
that's-
flex.
right? But you and I have had this conversation on several occasions
Yeah.
about your situation, and you were basically at a point where I think you might have actually died if you
Yes.
hadn't had the financial freedom to be able to
Yes.
afford like medical specialists and stuff like that. It's like this same financial freedom that allows us to fly into Barcelona and enjoy this lifestyle, the same one that allows you to be the king of the castle for your little girl and give her the experience that you didn't have as a kid, is actually the same financial freedom that's the reason you're alive.
Yes.
And then people will say like, oh, I don't want to work 6 months for that, or it might take you 2 years, it might take you 10 years, but if you don't give up,
Yes.
you're smart about it, you can leverage things like prop firms to get you a little bit further, make your money go further. You can basically stay solvent in the market for longer. You can have that financial freedom for the rest of your life.
You touched a very tough point, which is health, which is life. Because to me, in that moment, it was pre-COVID, after a few years of struggle, because I felt that something went wrong. I'm from Italy. We have great healthcare system, okay? They cure everyone, but you have to wait. You have to follow the rules, of course. And I didn't surrender because I started with a pain in my knee. I
Yeah.
couldn't walk. And my daughter was a year old and I could keep her in my hands. After she hit 3 to 4 years old, I couldn't even keep
Pick her up.
that and pick her up.
Yeah, the
I
weight.
never, from that age, I never pick her up, and this is a pain to me, and this is why I keep on hitting hard every day, gym stuff, recovery, physiotherapy and stuff. But at that particular point, we are on December 2019. They see this thing right here, and they say, "Oh, we got to remove that.
Yeah.
The sooner, the better." Perfect. Let's take it off. And it was very hard. I felt like, okay, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I have my daughter. I'm not gonna see her again and stuff. And they say, okay, no problem. March 2020, you're gonna have your your surgery is free.
Yeah.
And I said, what? March? It's December.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait. I have this pain because it was breaking all my bones.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Losing bone density, so it's bad thing. Yes, bad thing. And so I had the opportunity to say, give me a minute. I don't want to say it's a good or bad thing. I'm not here judging, but how is it possible to do it earlier? Yes, it's possible, but you have to pay. Okay, I can pay. How much it is? And it was 15,000.
Yeah.
12 to 15,000. I don't remember. Okay, how much sooner can I get that? Oh, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
First thing I said is,
Yeah.
sorry about that. I said, and then I did that, and thank God for the hours and hours and hours and hours and day and weeks and months that I spent collecting data, analyzing data, looking at the chart, not thinking about the pain, and I found my edge because I couldn't have afford that thing. And if I couldn't have afford that thing, you remember March 2020. They shut down everything. They delay it. They call me. They say, "Oh, I'm sorry. We have to delay your surgery." I already had it 3 months ago. "Oh, sorry. Maybe you were in the list." A year later, they call me again. "Oh, Michael, we just rescheduled your surgery."
For more in the future, to push it out even further.
Yeah. They just put me in the list and postpone until they call me again a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Let me breathe.
Bari es como una Barcelona
Pequeña.
pequeña. You want to discover secret roads?
Day 2 of filming, baby. We're ready. We're still setting up the last thing, waiting for other couple traders and affiliates, but we're ready to roll and start filming for the second day. Okay, guys, welcome to this podcast. Here we are FunderPro, heads of affiliate. We are affiliate managers, and we have here our guests, Arnas and Kaizen.
Yeah, talking about affiliation, guys. You know, we have a French person.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour.
Ça va?
Je m'appelle Giuseppe. But you usually speak in English. We have Arnas, and you are from Lithuania. You always speak English, but you are doing a great work in your own language, you know? Because as you already know, me and Felices started the affiliation game about FunderPro, not with FunderPro worldwide, but with FunderPro Italia.
Yeah.
So when we started, we were speaking Italian because, as I said a month ago in a mastermind, you have a big power, which is your language.
Correct.
So if you can speak your language, you have the power to speak to your people,
Content now, content production. I mean, and of course the power of what we did here. We all came from different parts of the world. In Barcelona, we connected. We learned a lot from each other, right? Now it's time to implement the knowledge and use it in our own regions as well.
And what's your plan, Kaizen?
Yeah, but exactly the same, but in different settings. So for me, yes, I want to make more content. Of course, I think content, I mean, I keep saying it, but if you're not making content, you're missing out on so many opportunities, so many doors. If I was not making content, when I started this challenge of trying to become a millionaire in 750 days, I would not be here today. I would not know any other traders. I would not have met all the successful people that I'm surrounded with.
I mean, I find that a lot. Like, it's so many conversations that we've had while we've all been together here in Barcelona.
We all do the same.
Yeah, we have like different names for things, but it's actually quite similar. Like what we're doing. Like your order block is somebody else's supply zone, is somebody else's key level, and yeah, like it's cool that you're also using. Like I just talked about previous day high, and like we haven't really had a chance to deep dive on our strategies together, and then you open up and you're also looking at
The same.
Yeah. One other thing that I found really helped me was key levels from the previous session. So like if I'm trading London session, I'll look at the overnight high and lows of Asia. And if I'm trading London session, then I'm looking at the, you know, again, the extremes, the highs and lows of the London session.
Yeah.
And then one thing that also really helped me that I learned from my mentor that I'd never seen anywhere else was opening prints. So when there's theoretically there's 4 sessions, but it's like Globex, Asia, London, New York. Realistically, that's only 3 of those are sessions because Globex is just when the market opens again, and then Tokyo session, London, New York. You know what I mean? But so when each session opens, there's a first print price. So, for example, New York opens at 3:30 our local time, but it's 9:30 New York time. So at 9:30 a.m., the first price that prints on gold, that's considered the opening price, and it's once that candle closes, it's going to be the opening of that first 2 or 5 minute candle at 9:30 a.m.
CRT a bit like candle range theory, and a lot of people use the high and the low as like range for breakouts.
Well, that's like orb, but instead of using it as like an opening range breakout or like what you're saying, just that one price, just that one line. Like let's look here.
And that one line is an area of liquidity.
That one line will oftentimes be respected or revisited during that day, or sometimes even the next day if you're ranging. Like a lot of times, like maybe price will open, it'll pull back probably to an area of interest, get back above your area of interest, and then break through that opening price again, come back and retest it. And a lot of times that's like a pretty safe setup because maybe the price is opened, it's gone down, it's tested the key area that you already were wanting to see it hold, but then it comes back and holds the opening price of the day again. So you have like an extra confirmation that we're bullish, this is gonna hold, I can take a long here, get my 3R and probably leave a runner.
And is that specific to gold? Does it work the best on gold, or is it just
you can pretty much use it on everything. Like I saw people first use it in options trading and then bring it over to futures trading. And I've shown a few people in CFDs and they say it works great for them in CFDs.
Okay.
Film the most ridiculous B-roll of all time.
I'm here too. You never see me, but I'm here.
The person behind the camera.
Tonight we've had this beautiful dinner, we've all hung out. I think kind of like something I want to talk to you about is over the course of this whole trip, I feel like it's very interesting that none of us speak the same language. We're all from different parts of the world, different ages, different family backgrounds, different life experiences. But we kind of have a very similar story. Everyone has endured like struggles, people doubting them, maybe them not believing in themselves, winning, losing, to get to the point of being able to sit around this table and share with everyone else is also building something. And it kind of made me feel like I wish there was more events like this where like-minded people could get together, because I feel like I learned so much from you, from Felice, from Kaizen, from everyone, and especially in something like trading where it's such a lonely thing and we do it by ourselves. It's so cool to like finally meet other people in person and just hang out, like not behind a computer. Like normally we meet each other all as Discord names, but now like you're really Giuseppe.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It is so cool. It is so crazy, because a lot of time during your daily routine, you are in front of a computer, you are on the call, you just see names on WhatsApp or Instagram.
Yeah.
You know that they are real people, of course, because you usually talk with them, you daily talk with them. but it's so different when you have the chance to meet them in person.
Yeah.
Because you spend time with them, you can understand that maybe my pain point is the same pain point from of you or Kaizen or the other guys, you know. And it is so cool because maybe also when for example, I'm trading or I feel some pain, it seems like, oh, the life is against me, I am the only one, I am so confused, why this is happening to me. But if you can share this with other people in a physical approach, you can definitely understand that we are living basically the same life.
When Kaizen and I were back at the Airbnb and we were sharing the strategy, it was crazy because we've never really talked like that online. We've never shared our strategy. We were trading so similarly, and it's crazy to think that we've not really had an impact on each other, but we have so much similarities. Like now going forward, I know like maybe I have a bad day in the market. I can reach out to Kaizen now and say like, hey, can you look at this trade? Like, what did I miss? Why didn't I get this? You know? Or we also were having like another conversation like Kaizen only trades like classic challenges. Like I really like the daily reward challenges. He likes the classic. There's something for everyone. Some people like the one phase. So it was kind of cool to understand like maybe why he would pick that. And he also has students. So some of his students are on one phase, some of his students are on classic, some of his students are on the daily rewards. And there's so many ways to look at the chart and trade, so many ways to live your life and find success. And it's cool that we're all able to be here, help each other be healthier, happier, more successful in so many different ways, but also kind of just the exact same way.
Yeah. You know what? The main question every trader makes to themselves is, oh, I am not so good in trading because maybe I cannot understand this. I'm losing this trade. Why I'm so confused? Why I have to take decisions, you know? And maybe you think that you are the only one which is wrong. But when you can be in touch with other people like you, in an event like this, of course you have more probability to meet people like you know? And you can definitely understand that basically every single trader feels the same pain.
Yeah,
every single guy, you know,
100%.
can understand what your feelings, what happened to you, because they are living or they lived the same thing, you know.
Even with like Alex barely speaks any English, so we're like communicating with hand signals and like pointing at charts and stuff, and we'll like point at a stop loss getting hit, and you see he's like, no, mamma mia, you know, and like we don't really understand each other, but we feel like the same pain because we've been in that same position. It's so cool. You said earlier about knowing everyone from their Discord handles or their WhatsApp name and stuff like that. I think for me, one of the coolest things of this whole trip so far was that I feel like after this trip, I won't feel so lonely. I've been pretty open about it. I've been on a losing streak. I'm taking a break from trading right now, and I didn't really feel that much inspiration. And sitting with all these people, hearing everyone's story, I feel more inspired. I was so excited talking charts with Kaizen, and now I feel like I have a new friend. I have so many new friends, and they're not just Discord friends. I've met you guys in real life. We can call. I can have a bad day and talk to you about it. You can have a bad day and call me about it. And like, as someone who's traded in isolation for years, essentially, it's so crazy that like one trip and we all meet up in Barcelona and get to share dinner and get to share ideas. Like now we have a real person. Like I know I can go visit you in Italy. We could trade together and hang out. I didn't have that before this weekend. That's so crazy. I wish we could give this to like other traders, and I think there's so many other traders who felt like I did before this weekend. Super isolated, super lonely. I think they would love to have an experience like this and to have real life trading friends.
You know, an event like this brings the digital world into the physical world.
Well, it's great. These people behind me are keeping up the pace, so this is great. It's the last night of the FunderPro experience. We've been all around Barcelona with everyone for the past couple of days. We just had a beautiful Japanese sushi meal with the best sushi I've ever had in my life. Me and Kaizen had Wagyu for the first time. It was amazing.
You think this is better?
I don't know if I've had Wagyu. Yeah, I think I've had Wagyu.
Let's sit by you together.
We're still eating it. Alright, we'll try again. Cheers.
Cheers.
Alright, Wagyu.
Oh my god. Bro, it's like butter. Good thing I'm straight because I would have kissed him.
Now we're gonna go back to the Airbnb. The boys have an early flight tomorrow at 6 a.m. But honestly, this has been amazing. We've been able to connect with traders and affiliates from all over the world, different languages, different backgrounds, different ages, but somehow we all have like a really similar experience of how we've come up in the game, how we're looking to grow and be successful. And I think having an event like this where we can all meet in person is so special because we're all growing by ourselves in this like sort of cyberspace. We just know each other by WhatsApp, Discord, Instagram handles. Like we're just pixels to each other. But for the first time, we went from being pixels to being people, and it's all because of FunderPro. And couldn't be more grateful for the whole experience. So hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one. I don't know, maybe next time we go to Japan or to Brazil or who knows. But until next time, thanks everyone for tuning in. Peace.
Aqui.